Runic Survivor, a survivor-like game that is currently in early access and frankly is a very standard but well-made survivor-like game, but with a very unique and interesting mechanic. Namely, the Runic and Runic Survivor, you can craft different spells by using and combining and also upgrading different runes. And these runes and spells, if you want and if you are smart, you can also combine them to trigger very unique and quite frankly fun effects. So without further ado, instead of telling you about it, how about I actually show you about that? How about I show you about it? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm JustDaZack and we're going to have a look at Runic Survivor. Let's start the game. We're going to choose the apprentice, the standard character you start with. You can also choose different weapons and different headpieces. I chose the crown to begin with because this gives us more gold, which should make it faster to unlock more stuff. There's also different maps. I won once at Shadowlands, also different difficulties. But let's start with Apprentice. Let's start with the basic Endless Plains map and let's show you what the game is about. Start the game. So, to begin with, we have a choice between four different focus runes. These focus runes are essentially the main spell we're going to use and the ones we would like to upgrade. I am gonna go with the aura. I'm gonna place this aura spell focus rune on my left click and I'm going to start the game. We also have a few objectives which we need to fulfill within 20 minutes. So first off, we have to find the first sigil. As you can tell, there's already the enemies coming at us, very classical for survivor-like. And a few survivor-like seem to have this with this view cone, so to speak, which I am a little bit torn about, because it is frankly very small and might make things a bit too hard to see. But that's, of course, only a personal preference. Just a very minor thing. And instead of talking how about I actually defend myself, I'm going to use my aura spell while I try to stay in the circle to defend this sigil, the first sigil. But luckily, we're not completely required to stay in the circle. If we leave it, we can go back in. So, thanks to defeating a few enemies, gaining the experience, I already can choose another rune. A shield rune, a lingering rune, a summon rune. This is another focus rune with a summon spell. An experience rune, which gives us more experience, or a splitting rune. I mean, as this is our first one, I'm gonna go basic. This is the experience one. I'm gonna place it here. These blue runes are essentially just the standard classical, but of course very valuable normal upgrades, so to speak. So it doesn't matter if I put the experience thing into any spells or so, there's no combination. Wherever I put this is just a general upgrade for my character. But again, I need to have it equipped. So resume this, we're gonna gain more spells. I'm going to use my aura effect to run around. And we have luckily immediately the next effect. This time I'm going to take pain to increase my damage of this aura effect by 30%. And straight up another pain. Yes, let's take this. And now I definitely would like to have a third one, because as you can see here, if I place 3 identical runes into this thing, I can upgrade them for a stronger rune that has a more unique effect as well, which I really like to use and do and combine with my aura effect. Unfortunately, I did not get another pain, but hey, maybe we're more lucky as we go on. I have now the choice between a bolt, force, move speed, mana regen, and freezing. The bolt is another focus rune I actually don't want to use right now. I'm gonna pick it anyway. I'm going to place it on my right mouse click ability. So now I could choose runes with that if I want to. I could also do both, but that might be a bit too mana. In the upper left corner, that is my mana. And of course, if that is your row, I can't really cast spells. But this is the actual reason I chose the bolt spell, because now I luckily gained the linking rune. And this, as you can tell, one linked spell on kill. What does that mean on the linking rune? I'm gonna choose it, I'm gonna place it here, and flip, This essentially is a very cool mechanic that I really love, and this is what sold me on this game, honestly. So whenever I kill an enemy now with my current spell in this row, which means my aura spell, which already got increased by 60% damage total plus, I can now, for example, place in my bolt here. That means every time I kill something with my aura spell, a bolt spell essentially is being triggered. Let me show you. There we go. Oh, also, I'm gonna try not to die. So, as you can tell, every time now one of these enemies dies, a bolt is flying at a random direction, hopefully hitting more enemies. Ooh, this is also cool. I'm gonna pick this splitting rune, which unfortunately decreases my damage of my spell by 10%, but gives us an additional split. So I could place this, for example, on my rune spell. Again, this gets only triggered when I killed something with my aura spell. But this would essentially create 2 bolts this time. Again, the splitting +1. But I rather would like to place this on my aura spell. Because, well, now we have 2 auras. So for almost double damage, again, minus 10%, but we also have 2 pain runes. So it's overall quite a buff. Also, I need to be a bit more careful, so this time I'm gonna pick this toughness, I'm gonna place it here. This is essentially my right mouse button spell. I'm not using right now, I'm just going to use this for general upgrades. So 1 more health, because as I'm talking so much, I am not focusing as much on survival. And if you're not being careful, these guys will surround you, and you have only 3 lives to start with. Now, luckily, 4 lives total. And yeah, you want to make sure not to run these to 0 and die. So now our second objective is essentially to destroy this guardian Stankus. Well, I say Stankus, you stink. And I will just very carefully guide you with my 2 aura spells, staying out of your range. I actually don't quite know what that does. Maybe if I stay too long on that, it's gonna damage me. Now some gnomes are coming to get me with their range attack, so that is a bit dangerous, especially considering that the view cone, so to speak, is very small. Well, it's not a cone, it's a circle, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna stay out of this. Luckily, there's a pain rune. I'm gonna pick this, and with the other 2 pain runes, I am now going to upgrade these. Fuse them together into a stronger one. I even have a choice between a precision strike, reliable damage, and heavy assault. Sorry that I'm stumbling upon my words right now, but I'm so excited. I'm gonna pick the reliable damage +7. Considering that my rune spell, the base damage is not that much, it's essentially quite a bit. So base damage is only 2. Now it's 9 thanks to the reliable damage. Maybe a bit less due to split, but on the other hand, there's 2 auras now that's gonna be triggered, and the occasional bolt when we defeat enemies. I like this combo. Let's go with that. Look at this. So much more damage. God, there's so much flying at me. I do have to admit that sometimes I find it very difficult to notice enemies with all the darkness, and especially all these enemy projectiles. Yes, they are red, they are coming at you, but with so much going on, sometimes I find it a bit hard to even see them in the first place. So we defeated the boss. I'm just gonna run through here. Gained some damage. Yep, couldn't quite see this. And I want to have something else. What do I want to have? Maybe fire? Shield? Gain a shield that regenerates in 2 minutes? I don't think I need the mana regen, because as I'm only using 1 spell, the aura, that is fine. Maybe the duration to have the aura on the field just a tad longer, or the force. More damage, more knockback. I'm not sure how strong the knockback is. Let's try the duration. So every time I trigger it, it's just gonna stay up that little bit longer. Didn't dodge that, didn't quite pay attention. I'm gonna pick a trinket now. The Ring of the Fire Serpent, the Torch of Frozen Fire, or Necromancer's Hand. So every enemy has a 0.2% chance of dropping a healing item. And I'm gonna pick this because I am only at 1 life left. I did not pay that much attention to staying alive. These gnomes are a nightmare. Frankly, oh no, I don't want to get surrounded. Run. I'm actually going to pick up the shield for survivability. Only takes 2 minutes to regenerate, but essentially it's an extra life right now. And frankly, I need this. I can't even get to the north right now because there's so many enemies in the way. There's some spiders here as well. Oh, look at this. I would really like to run in there. Actually, let's try instead of going to the objectives to see if I can. Because this is so much XP right now. I'm so afraid of these gnomes, though. These range attacks. Ooh, careful, careful, careful. But if we can get this mass, it's gonna be so much XP. There is some bounces, some piercing. Oh, I kind of want to have so many of these things. It would be very smart to get the 3 aura runes together so I can upgrade essentially my main spell. This time at least I'm going to pick up the pierce, so every time we kill something, when the bolt happens, it hits at least 2 enemies before it disappears. So essentially doubling the damage. I think that's smart. Let's get rid of this mass. I really want to have all the XP. Gotta be careful. Come on. Oh, another aura spell. This time I'm gonna pick this. I don't really have a use for this right now. I'm just gonna keep that in my inventory. There we go. That was quite a bit of XP. This time let's try to find the second sigil. Go up. And also, luckily, no other ranged enemies. So I feel like we're good right now. As long as I don't get too cocky, as I don't get surrounded. These spiders are a bit irritating, but as long as we pay attention with the aura, we should stay fine. I would also like to have a rune that increases essentially the size of our aura, just to be a bit more safe. So that would be the wish. Either something that increases my aura, or maybe another aura rune to begin with, to have the fusion option available. There's another bolt, move speed, mana cost, maximum HP. I'm actually not too happy with these things. Let's pick up the bolt rune. That would be another way if we gain 3 bolts to upgrade essentially this spell that gets triggered every time we defeat an enemy. We are still doing okay. I think that's a healing item there. I would love to have that. There's another spitting thing. That's also cool. That would be one option. You know what? I'm actually picking this. So the duration, sure, let's put it on here. Oh, wait. I thought about this using essentially having 3 auras. No, I'm gonna keep the lingering here. I'm gonna put 1 spitting on this bolt, actually. So 2 bolts are going to appear every time. Yeah, I feel like this is quite an upgrade. I'm still a little bit afraid. There's another shield. Lingering, duration, a blast, a focus rune. Nah, sure, let's take a shield. So if I combine these, I'm actually not sure. Does it mean I actually have 2 shields? Doesn't sound too shabby, I have to admit. Let's see, let's get closer to the second guardian. I'm not quite sure if you're strong enough to defeat another boss, but who knows. Ooh, options. I could fuse together 3 bolt runes or 3 shield runes. I'm gonna pick the bolt. I feel like we can't be too wrong with damage. So a split bolt, a piercing bolt, or a massive bolt. Size doesn't matter. I think I am fine. We have a piercing rune essentially. I think I just want to have more. Let's take a split bolt, which already comes with 2 splits. That sounds quite good. Let's have a look. Oh yeah. So every time we kill something with our aura, look at all these bolts that just shoot out into directions. I love this. Oh, and a 3rd aura rune. Yes, I love this. I love this. So let's upgrade these. So a focused rune, a lingering aura, focused aura, lingering aura, or massive aura. Frankly, I am a bit worried on how close enemies come to us. So in this case, I'm going to pick up this massive aura, which also has some knockback. Also a little bit more damage, so definitely an upgrade overall. And with the splitting, look at this range now. I feel quite a bit safer now. I actually don't want to get too far away from all these experience points, even though I want to get closer to the enemy. We could also gain this other linking rune, which we could, for example, actually link to the linked split bolt. So we could create an entire chain, which would be fun, but let's actually take the fire rune and apply this to our, yeah, look at this, to the all these bolts. So 25% chance with all these bolts. So quite a decent chance to make our enemies burn. I like this. Okay, seems like we have a little bit of a breathing room. Let's go and track down this Gnome King. Ah, evil gnomes. It's literally a stack of gnomes. That's the Gnome King. I love that. Okay, let's go. Let's stay in like a middle range. Dodge these bullets. There we go. Thanks to our massive aura, we did it. I love this. Pick up a new trinket. So, Amulet of Kronos. Conditions on enemies last twice as long. The burning would be one condition. So, the burning on all these enemies, and quite a few of them are burning, would leave twice as long. Would stay on them twice as long, sorry. Or we could pick up either Ring of the Fire or Ring of the Icy Serpent, which would leave a trail of fire or leave a trail of ice behind us. But considering that we already are applying the burning buff, yeah, let's have that last twice as long. Sounds pretty neat, actually. And we need to find the third sigil, and the arrow is pointing to the bottom right corner. Let's go over there. We're also level 20. I like this. Another duration rune, freezing, or 1 maximum HP. I think in this case... Ooh, enlargement. You know what? We could place the enlargement on our aura to have an even bigger circle, or maybe another duration thing. Ooh, options. Or just another tablet. Survivability isn't too shabby. You know what? Sure, I'm gonna pick this. Let's play it safe, especially right now where I'm talking so much. We do have probably 2 charges of a shield. We have 3 hearts now. Even that might not be enough if there's more projectiles coming in at us and if I'm not paying enough attention. So let's try to focus on survival. So we're on the sigil. We're gonna survive for 30 seconds. I have a good feeling about this. I'm going to activate my aura ability. As I'm only using 1 spell, and considering I'm level 20, I have no issue with my mana consumption. As you can see, I feel very confident about this. Look at this, all these bolts happening. I love this, that you can link spells together with the different triggers. This is such a fun mechanic. So I'm just gonna stay here in my aura, and thanks to the linking spell, I'm still kind of shooting. I really enjoy this. Okay, we managed to crack the seal. Let's track down the 3rd guardian, shall we? Alright. Oh, the burning. Burning is dealing... How much damage? 3. Oh, that's quite decent. Okay, let's see. Emotion bot 5000. Oh no. I'm not good with emotions. Aura, fire, pierce, and bolt. I think either piercing or burning. Guess this would increase this to a 50% chance to apply burning. But piercing, no, let's go with piercing. Piercing to enemies sounds pretty good as well. If we are running any danger and being surrounded. But so far it does seem pretty fine. I'm not quite sure what the emotion bot is doing. Maybe it's dealing so much emotional damage to us that we can't handle it. I'm not gonna try to find it out, so I'm gonna stay in a safe distance and destroy it. There we go with our aura. And we have to now find the final sigil. Looks pretty good to me. Remnants of the destroyer. Kill every visible enemy every 2 minutes. Well, I think we don't need this. Mirror shot. Any projectile focus spells shoot a mirror copy in the opposite direction. This also works with our linked bolt spells. So you know what? Yeah. Let's not even think about this. Let's get this. Look at this. Double the bolts now. And oh, I love this. It's literally like a fireworks. Oh, amazing. Yeah, quite a few enemies coming, but I feel like we have a good combo that we can literally just push through. And look at this, a 3rd pierce rune. Let's immediately fuse these together. There we go. Upgrade. So one would be the swift penetration, 20% spell speed plus 2 pierce. This would be 50% spell speed, but plus 3 split and plus 2 pierce. Ooh. or Assassin, straight up just +3 Pierce, so the combined effect of these 3 runes in 1 rune. I think I actually like this. I don't care that much on how fast the projectiles are, but more splits and still +2 Pierce sounds pretty good. Let's see how this is gonna work. So let's have a look at our new bolts. Oh yeah, there's so many more. I love this. Now it really is a true firework. Also, considering that the enemies are burning, so look at me. I'm literally like a Christmas or Sylvester rocket exploding. The aura and then all these bolts and the fire. I love this. Oh yeah, there's a healing potion thanks to our Necromancer's hand trinket that we picked up earlier. There we go, let's see. Another 15, almost 15 seconds at the final sigil. I do think we are doing pretty fine. There we go. What do I want to pick? Maybe another linked spell? You know what? Sure. I don't have anything to combine it with right now, but I do like that you can trigger something on killing something with your main spell, and then you can even trigger something on killing something with your linked spell, which gets triggered when you kill something. I do love this very much. I have to admit, I'm not quite sure what happens if you essentially fuse 3 linking runes together. That would be quite an interesting experiment to see what happens then. Regardless, we only have to survive for 3 more seconds. I'm very confident that I can do that. And we now have to track down the final guardian, which is in the upper right corner. Unfortunately, there's so many enemies here. Not quite sure what I want to get at. More XP, how about... Well, I'm just gonna pick a fire rune and wait until I get maybe a 3rd one. Because I can't really make use of this right now, but it might allow us to fuse runes together. That is totally fine. Let's try not to lose too much of all these experience things. We have... No, mana cost, I don't care. Bounces, more splitting. Yeah, I'm gonna take this. We could also... fuse together our splitting things. You know what? I'm gonna do this. It's gonna weaken one of our spells, but makes the other one even stronger. So let's get the upgrade. Oh, apparently I misclicked there. What do we want to have? Fan split, +4 split, 15 spread, plus 20% damage, +2 split, or minus 50% damage, minus 50% knockback, but +10 split and +20 spread. Wow. Ooh. This would be amazing on the bolt, but I think the fan split would be amazing on our aura. I'm gonna take this, because again, maybe it's a bit smarter to focus on the main spell. But this would be amazing on the bolt as well. Well, instead we have a little few less bolts that are gonna being splitted, but luckily we can apply more burning to that. And our main aura, look at this mess. I love it. Our aura is even more crazy right now. Okay, let's track down the final guardian and see if he even stands a chance. Well, let's see what happens if we now try to fuse these spells together. These links, I mean. 2 linked spells on kill. Ooh. 1 linked spell on kill, 1 linked spell when applying burning, and 1 linked spell when applying freezing. Well, I'm not applying burning or freezing on my aura, but that is very interesting. Or impact. 1 linked spell on hit, 20% chance. Ooh, this would be on hit. Interesting, not on kill anymore, but on hit. Considering aura, we literally have an aura in fact, this would trigger maybe even more often. But let's play it safe. I don't have another spell, but let's just take fragmentation. And now it looks like this. I love this. Very cool. So nothing changed that much, but if we gain more runes, that would be quite a power spike, I would say. Let's go. Not sure if we can even see this, but if this is the final guardian, I'm not sure if he even stands a chance against our current might. I feel very powerful right now. There he is, the Juggernaut. Okay, he's gonna try to rush us. Not too much of a problem. I still want to get somewhat close to him because, well, I'm using an aura effect. But I do feel like we're doing quite a bit of damage. Depends on if he has like a second phase or something. Oh, there's a lot of golems coming at us though. But we can push through. Let's actually get the XP. There we go. Okay, another level up. More piercing, duration. Unfortunately, not another focus that we could put on this. Focus rune for a different spell, I mean. I think... Oh, more pierce? No, I'm gonna play it safe. And the damage isn't that big. I wonder if pain with plus 30% damage even is enough. I'm gonna try it anyway. Put it on our bolts. Can't be too wrong. Even though I'm not sure if 30% is enough to even change the value here. Right, it's fine. Gonna just circle around him. The Juggernaut! You're not a danger to my combination. There we go. You made it to the end. We earned 110 gold, and now we can either restart or return to the main menu. Spend our gold on different characters, different headpieces, or different staffs. And we can also choose different levels or different difficulties to try out different things. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Runic Survivor. I have to admit though, I really like this. I just feel, again, it's an early access game. It feels like it is in a somewhat early stage. We only have 4 or 5 main focus spells. I feel that should be a bit more. Luckily, thanks to this linked rune mechanic, that also seems to be able, with all the burning and the upgrade mechanics, there is quite a bit of variation. I just feel it's not quite enough yet. I wish for more. But if there's even more stages, more characters, more things to maybe use your gold on upgrades on as well, and just more runes and more opportunities to create very crazy different builds, that would be an amazing game. And frankly, right now, even if I say what's not enough, I feel like what is there already is a very strong and very fun foundation. I really think that this linked rune mechanic is amazing. The rune mechanic in general, but then also with this linked spell thing, which triggers on certain conditions to make such crazy builds now, as I did with my Just Aura and then the Bolt. I think you can go really crazy with this. There's a huge opportunity. I really enjoy this. I can tell you guys, I'm going to play more of this early access, and I'm very much looking forward on, how the final game at one point is going to look at. With this in mind, please tell me if you enjoyed this video. Please tell me if you are going to have a look at Runic Survivor. Link is down in the description. Any feedback is welcome. And beside this, ladies and gentlemen, stay awesome. We are going to see each other in the next video, and bye-bye.